I didn't mean for the video to end. My phone ran out of space because not that I forgot to upload part 1, but I was just too lazy. But it's uploaded now. I'm currently uploading part 2. When I asked to give me a second, I was just writing down notes for more nostalgia. Because currently I have 5 people down on the notes, and Fat 19 is one of them. But anyway, he just shows off the stuff that they've released, and he goes through fan art, but he goes like, oh, let me just add that to my watch later. Anyway, I'm gonna put it all in the description so I don't get distracted. So, he says, oh, I don't have enough time to say fan art every time, so instead I'm gonna say fart. Because I'm so funny. I don't think I got to finish my sentence when I said that. I used to watch their stuff when every time they released, I would immediately watch it, but then I fell out. And I don't remember why, but I think the next time that I remembered after falling out with it, I was like, oh, I've seen their ads, I've seen ads for their products, but it says it's made by a different company. Like, I think the character was called, I think the company was called Character. It's like the company that mainly publishes toys for kids' cartoons, like Peppa Pig. You ever seen a cartoon or an ad for a Peppa Pig toy? I'm pretty sure the company that made those are called Character, and I think I've seen ads for Character products that are exactly the same as Fat 19 products. So I thought the Fat 19 stole their ideas off of other people. And I googled it and I got nothing. So maybe it's the Fat 19 did create it, and they gave Character the rights to remake it in the UK. That's all I really have to say about them. They have a couple other shows that they all act as different versions of, or different forms of trailers. There was another one called like the Prop Room or whatever, where they would use the props for the ads, and say that they're using my mind keeps on going blank. What it is that you have a guy who runs the prop department, and another guy will come and go and say a bunch of stuff that will cause the other guy to bring out a couple of props, so like big gummy worm, flower pot, sand, and that's it. This is a channel that I knew as Grant Thompson hyphen the King of Random, but Grant Thompson apparently died a couple of years ago, so I'm guessing that they gave the channel away to other people and they took off his name and made it look terrible. Not that Grant really had a personality to him, no offense to the man, but I haven't seen these videos, but it just doesn't seem the same, and the views can tell you as well. Like, 2-week-old video, 105,000 views, and that is quite a bit, but it's not a lot considering they have like 12.6 million subscribers. Sorry, I paused so that I could delete part 2 off of my phone to create more time. Only thing is that it isn't space, it's going to make this a 4-parter. It's the battery. I'm currently at 17%. So I'm just going to get into it. This is the very first video brand that I watched, and eventually I watched a couple of other ones, and in one of his videos he said that he got something, he was making something, and one of the things that he needed to make the thing, he had to buy off of Fat 19, and that's what led me to them. I'm telling you, nostalgia is secular. So this is a recipe for Lego gummies, which I don't need to tell you why I clicked on the video the first time. Sorry, I'm spinning around in the chair. But it's not really a tutorial on how to make Lego gummies. It's just a tutorial on how to make gummies, I mean. Because the Lego part of it comes from him visiting the Lego shop and buying Lego ice cube trays. So really, it's a tutorial on how to make gummy, and you can just go out and buy whatever ice cube trays you want, or anything that would mold the gummy into a certain shape. So he's talking about how, because he did something, I don't remember, I have a very short attention span, because he, and that explains a lot when it comes to these videos. Anyway, he said that because of whatever he did, that caused the Legos to become transparent. That puts their level of awesomeness on a whole nother scale. Coming from a 34-year-old. So, I was quite a fan, I was going to say big, but I wouldn't say that, of Vsauce Free, which is a gaming, or was a gaming focused Vsauce channel. It's now more of a nerd. That's not right, it's all for nerds. More of a whatever. But now it's all become cringe. It's YouTube original stuff. Oh, YouTube Premium? Hey, Mum Squad didn't know we still had YouTube Premium. Oh, wait, yeah, never mind. So, over a year ago, the last series that I would have watched, but I haven't seen the channel in a while. So, the first series I want to get into is Fact Surgery. So, I'll pick PS4. I don't remember if I covered my Juggernuggets in nostalgia, the old nostalgia, but assuming that I did, you already know that I can't bear seeing technology getting destroyed, but as far as I know, the technology isn't actually being destroyed in Fact Surgery. It's just being very carefully deconstructed. So, yeah. Also, there will definitely have to be a part 4. I'm going to have to record it on my tablet. Next up is a series called 9-Bit. I don't exactly remember what 9-Bit was. Let me open up the Coke here. As you can see, it didn't last long if I haven't already said that. Here's the thing that Jake does basically all the time in his videos. He will say something and he'll try and always make a perfect segue. Like he said, you're beautiful. You must be very active, Ader. And then he starts talking about the activator. So it's 9 bits of knowledge. So the activator was 1 bit. Another 8 to go. So they've developed and the way I just said that makes sense because new, but this video came in 2013, so new for 2013, technically. They developed this sort of head peripheral, not a headset, but peripheral, where you only put it in your head and it makes your brain send signals quicker or something like that. Basically, it makes you do stuff faster. So, one step closer to being Daredevil. You know, if I drop something and it takes me basically, your reaction time goes down. So if, say it takes me 2 seconds to notice something falling, I put this on and eventually it'll take me 1 second to notice it. Might have a better chance of catching it. But I heard it sounds like my dad, but it sounds dangerous. And I get that the technology was developed to help stroke victims, but there's a difference between using it as a stroke victim and using it as a gamer. I wouldn't do it. You have to put a sponge in front of the wee circles there, make sure your skin doesn't burn. That reminds me of the Green Mile, in the bit where they forgot to put the sponge on the guy's head and he goes on, like, he just burns up. I might be remembering it a bit differently because I haven't seen Green Mile in a couple of years, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.